I wrote a book a decade ago called What the FICO, 12 Steps to Repairing Your Credit. And I can imagine that things have changed since 10 years ago, but still it's a good book, so y'all should check it out. But you talk about FICO in a way that I'd never heard of it before. Can you discuss like FICO and a role that it plays in your consumer report?
All right, so that's a very good question. Before we get to there, your book, the reason why I want you to bring this up a little bit more, for the simple fact that most of the stuff that you wrote, 9 times out of 10 is what most people knew about credit.
Yeah.
So if you can just touch on some of the things that you wrote in that book, and then now I'm going to follow up now with the consumer, with the consumer law portion of it, and show now how there's this big separation between a FICO score or a Vantage score versus what's really on the consumer report.
Yeah, so what the FICO 12 Steps to Repair Your Credit, really talked about the different parts of your credit, right? And so I call it the 35, 30, 15, 10, 10, 35, 30, 15, 10, 10, 35, 30, 15, 10, 10. That breaks down to 100% of your score. 35% of your score is your payment history, which means, are you paying your bills on time? 30% of your score is your usage ratio, so your utilization ratio. And so if you have any revolving credit, are you keeping those balances 30% or lower? Then you got 15% of your score, which is the length of credit history, which is how long have you had credit. Then you have the 10%, which is any new credit that you have, and in order to, keep that on par, you just don't unnecessarily apply for loans and things of that nature. And then lastly, you have your credit mix, which is the different types of credit that you have.
I am utterly impressed.